Hey, synth drones. Today we're talk about the Moog One and Gas. This is Pure Ambient Drone. This is my channel where I talk about synthesizers. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button and tap that bell so you can keep up with me and all of my synth adventures. Well, with that out of the way, we're talking about the Moog One and Gas. Guess what? This could be the time to start ordering some secondhand synthesizers, because a lot of people, I have a funny suspicion, a lot of people are going to be selling their synthesizers off so they can buy themselves a Moog One. Yeah, you see, some videos were released today, and they're showing off the sounds of a remarkable synthesizer. But people got to come up with the cash for this thing, so they're going to be wanting to sell off some gear. That's usually the case, right? You see something you want really bad, you want it, you need it, you have to have it, yeah. So something's got to go to make room, right? Something's got to go to pay the bill. So there's going to be a lot of synthesizers that are going to be hitting the market. So this probably isn't the best time to be selling synthesizers, and it's probably going to be a good time to buy some synths. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. They're thinking, I'm going to wait for the Moog One to come out and let other people beta test it. Good idea. I think that's a fantastic idea. If you're thinking about getting the Moog One, maybe you should wait around to see whether or not there's some bugs in it that have to be ironed out. I bet you there will be. The last I heard, even today, they're still getting some things ready. I'm not saying that they're debugging or anything. I don't know, but you know, they are still doing some last-minute stuff. And my sources tell me that they're going to be shipping the last part of October, the first units. So anyway, it sounds great. I heard it. Sounds fantastic. It sounds almost like a Poly Sub 37 to me, a little bit, with steroids, okay? But more Moogy. I never thought that the Sub 37 sounded that Moogy. I owned one of those, and it never called to me. I had the Sub Phatty, and I love the sound of the Sub Phatty, but I didn't really get into the sound of the Sub 37, so I sold that one. This kind of reminds me of that, but it's got more Moog character to it, the Moog One I'm speaking of now. So yeah, beautiful sounding synthesizer. It's really great. Still can't see myself shelling out the 8K for the 16 voice, but it does sound good, guys. And there's a lot of extra bells and whistles in it. It's a great machine. Didn't see in the demos today if there was a touchscreen or not. It looked like there wasn't a touchscreen. So, and I didn't see it in the specs, so it's probably not touchscreen. I'm thinking maybe for the price they could have thrown in a touchscreen. But hey, who am I to criticize, right? Because the last time I criticized anything about the Moog, like the price, yeah, some people came out of the woodwork on that one and gave me a beating. Yeah, still talking about that one, aren't I? Yeah, well, when you get your butt beat like that, maybe you'll talk about it for a while. Just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding, okay? No need to leave comments on that one. I'm just playing around. But I did hear the Moog One. It sounds really good, and I bet you a lot of people have gas, okay? I was watching a live feed. I think it was Sweetwater doing a live feed on it today, and people were like typing in things like drool and love and can't wait for this thing to ship. So a lot of excitement and buzz going around it. Yeah, so yeah, I bet you a lot of people got gas and they're wanting it. Guys, it is an $8,000 purchase, and I just hope that everyone listening to this will be sensible and think about the money, okay? Unless you're rich, okay, discard all of this if you're rich, because it doesn't matter, right? But if you have to scrounge this money up or come up with payments, please be sensible. I say this because I care about you, okay? If you know that the synthesizer is going to give you a return back on your investment because you're making money, making music, or you know, with the synthesizer, great. That's fantastic. Go for it, I'd say. And who am I to tell you what to do with your money anyway? I'm just saying, be careful with an $8,000 purchase on a synth. There's a lot of things that $8,000 can buy these days, and you don't want to be just rushing into a purchase. I know that the vendors out there are like, no, don't say that, but you know, we got to be sensible about the money that we spend on our gear, and we have to make sure that these are, you know, these are purchases that we need more than what we want. When we get to the $8,000 range, we really need to make sure this is something that we need. That's serious money for a lot of people. But, you know, it does give you gas. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with being tempted and wanting something. Of course, I would love to have the Moog One. I never said I wouldn't. But, you know, you got to kind of weigh. Do you have enough already? I mean, you're looking at my studio right now, and I mean, I've got so many toys to keep me busy that it's hard for me to want anything else. I guess they call that being content. And is that a possibility with synth drones, to be content with their synthesizer gear? Yeah, I don't know. But to now, getting back to what I was saying, because I don't want to ramble too much. Yeah, this is going to be probably a good time to buy synthesizers, and probably a real bad time to sell, because think about it. I think the market's going to be flooded, you know. People are already getting gas over the Moog One, and they're thinking about, what can I sell? What can I get rid of? I want this thing. And it may not be a good time to sell, because the market's going to be flooded, and then you know, you might not get the price that you want for the gear that you have. And yeah, so, and this is probably going to impact the purchase of some other companies. See, you're looking at the Prophet X right here, and this thing cost a pretty penny, right? So people who were thinking about getting this, they may just go double the money and grab themselves a Moog One. I bet you that's going to happen a lot, okay? But just think about that for a minute. One of the biggest criticisms of the Prophet X is that it was a lot of money, and this Moog One is going to be double that. So, you know, it's a lot of thinking that a person has to do. But does it give you gas? Well, if you're a synth drone, it should give you gas. The Moog One should give you gas. You should be very excited about it. It sounds absolutely lush and gorgeous. It is a very beautiful machine. It doesn't talk me out of my $8,000. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. But I'm glad I got to hear it. I'm glad I got to see all the goodies. And, you know, the demo guy is right. It's going to take someone a long time to explore all of the hidden treasures in this Moog One. So yeah, it's going to be a machine. But you know, what I do after I listen to a synthesizer, after I watch a video, is I immediately go to my gear and I start fiddling with it. And I remind myself that I've got a lot of great gear that I don't have to replace. You guys can see it on screen here. A lot of good toys right here to play with, keep me busy for a long time. And yeah, I don't want to part with any of these to make room for a Moog One, which I wouldn't put on a rack. I would have to set a Moog One on its own table or something. That's where I would want it to be. It looks like it's a pretty big little beast, and it may not fit comfortably in one of these racks anyway. But who knows? Maybe on the secondhand market, right? I'd get me one. If I was going to get one, though, I'd have to go with the 16 voice, just because if you're gonna get the flagship, then get the whole thing. If I was going to get one, okay. But yeah, not right now, guys. I'm holding true to what I said for me, okay. But hey, this may be for you. So if this is what you want, think about it a little bit, and remember that the market is probably going to be somewhat flooded, so you may not get what you want for the gear that you're selling. Also, don't be in a rush. Don't get so excited about this Moog One that you think you got to have it right now. There's probably going to be some bugs that have to be worked out. And why be a guinea pig, right? Why not wait for the second or third batch to come through and grab it? And who knows? Maybe, possibly, I doubt it, but possibly the price might come down a little bit. I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. It never hurts to wait a little bit, unless you're just one of those who you can't wait. Some people just don't have patience. But me, sometimes I have patience. Sometimes I do. It's just less patience when it's got something to do with synthesizers and getting a new one. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. Love all of you guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And you know what? You need to keep calm and synth on.